morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This morning, I would like to dive in on two of my favorite reels and why I bought them, and if they can help you as a beginner eliminate backlash altogether. I bought these reels because I have been a spin fisherman all my life. I'm 46 years old. I've been fishing since I was 5 with my dad, and I've always been a spin fisherman. I had a bait caster in my teens. That was a long time ago, and it was horrible. My experience was horrible, and I picked one up, and I had more time picking out birds' nests than I was fishing, so I put the reel down and I never used another one. About 2 years ago, I got spin fishing crazy, and I spent all kinds of money on top-end gear. I guess I was so bored with just, the same old thing, and that really upped my game in spin fishing. I had a lot of fun, and then about a year ago, I wanted to try to get into BFS, into bait casting. From my past experience with that bait caster years ago, I was really afraid of the backlash. I bought this reel basically out of fear of my incompetence to use a bait caster properly. So I did a lot of research. I wanted to find what I thought was the best reel to keep me from backlashing. I spent a good amount of money, and I'll tell you what, it was worth every penny, because now I have 2 of them. The reel that I'm talking about is the 2019 Daiwa Steez CT SVTW. They make 3 versions, just in different gear ratios. I buy all mine left-handed. The HL is the high speed. That is the 6.3. There is an SHL. The L is left-handed. That is the mid. That is the super high speed. That is the 7.1. The XHL, which is their extra high speed, is 8.1. Daiwa makes an inductor on their spool that is not fixed. So you can see this inductor move as I twist it. So what happens is, as this spool spins initially really fast on my initial cast, this inductor rotates out and gets closer to the magnets on the initial, so it doesn't end up puffing up and backlashing. And then as it continues to go out, this will come back in and allow the spool to spin the most free that it can and give you the most distance in its cast. It's like a 2-stage system, basically. But for me, it was just the assurance that I had the most advanced system that that I could have, so I wouldn't backlash. It really has enabled me to enjoy using small lures. This is my trout rod. This is a KKR spool, an aftermarket lightweight spool in there to throw lighter trout lures. This is the original one that came in, so in the reel. I got this on AliExpress. I will link this in the description. This I just got to set up for trout for throwing lighter lures. I put it on the faster gear ratio to be able to pick up line in that shallow water. This was the original one that I got. This is the slower one. This is what I use for bottom contact in the creeks. For a lot of what I do is smallmouth fishing, bottom bumping, hellgrammites in small creeks. So I got this one, the slower gear ratio, a little more torque to give me a little more power. So just to get a little more into it, the SV is stress-free virtual, the CT is compact and tough, and the TW is their T-wing system. You see when I push that button, it drops this wing. It's their T-wing system. It drops the wing down, so when you're casting, it has all this room to slide in the wing to, they say, to give you 15% more casting distance. And then when I pop her in gear, it goes back into that slot, and then as you reel, it enables to lay that line on the spool a lot more uniform. So then again, when you cast, you're not pulling line over top of the other line on the spool. It's a really great system. This reel has been amazing for me. I have gotten other reels, has a drag clicker. I have gotten other reels since then. My other favorite is the Shimano Aldebaran, the 22 Shimano Aldebaran. These reels are 5.4 ounces, 150 grams, amazingly light, very durable. I have been So impressed with this reel, and honestly, it's given me the confidence to go and buy other reels. Just a quick little go through what I do when I tune my BFS reels. I start with the spool tension. What I do, I don't do it like the old school bait casters where you allow your line to drop when you let your thumb off. If it hits the ground and keeps running, your spool tension is too loose. You can probably still do that if you're using like something heavier. What I do is I tune my tension knob to just have a little bit, can you hear that? A tiny little bit of side-to-side play on all my reels, just a little tiny bit. And that's where I leave the tension all the time. Then I adjust my brakes from there. This is set on 9 right now. Can you see that right there? It goes to 20. Once I get the tension set, then I pretty much play with, depending on the weight of what I'm using, I play with the brakes. I start the brakes up high, and I will cast until you can feel the line start to fluff up and almost give you a backlash. Try to cast consistently the same, using the same lure and the same weight. And as soon as I feel that little bit of puff up on my thumb, then I'll take my brakes and I'll tighten them back down, maybe one number. There's a detent for every number and a half. So there's a dot between the numbers. There's a clicking detent. So even as you're doing it in the field or on the stream, you can hear it and you can feel it, but it's real comfortable to palm. They're tiny little reels. This is the Gomexus carbon fiber handle. Man, I can't talk this morning. And it comes with cork knobs already pre-installed. They do a great job. There's 2 bearings in every knob. There's no play in any of that stuff. I mean, these reels are amazing. They are, I just caught my other rod. They are, like I said, they're from 2019, and they're what, 4 years old. I don't think the Dye was redone the braking system on these or on a new reel. They might have. They're coming out with a DC, which is their digital braking system, like Shimano has. That may be. I've heard talk of a 3D system. If you want information like all the specs, there is a website. It's jdmfishing.com. They do a whole article on Daiwa's braking system to further understand it, because I'm horrible at explaining these things. If you want to check that out, again, I will link that in the description. I have found this reel last night. I went to the cheapest place I found it was japantackle.com. The reel, they only have one. It's the slower speed in a left hand, and it was $442 plus $26 shipping and handling. That is the cheapest that I found. These are, MSRP is $6.99 on these reels when they were new. Even eBay, I can't find them any cheaper than that. But if you, as a beginner, I know it's a lot of change. It was worth the investment to me to give me the confidence to be able to go out and fish and not think about it and have fun. It enabled me, I know it's a lot of money, but it enabled me to have fun casting and fishing because the worry of the backlash was gone. It really, really made BFS fun and fishing the creeks fun. I mean, once you set it and once you get confident using it, you know, it is a blast. It's instant when you cast and you engage. It's not like the spinner where you have to slow your line down with your other hand, flip the bail back over, then engage. I can cast right at a ball of roots. As soon as it hits the water, I can click it over and let it sink in. I can engage the reel right away. It's just so much faster. It's so much more efficient. It's so much more enjoyable. I didn't think I was going to have the sensitivity in these rods that I did in a spinning rod, but honestly, I use very short rods. This is a 6'3". This is my trout rod. It's like 5'10". There's less rod for any kind of bite to transmit through all those guides back to your hand. So actually, I think there's going to be more sensitivity in a shorter rod because there are less guides to go through. You get that feedback to your hand faster than you do with a 7-foot spinning rod. I have a Conquest that is not as sensitive as a Mega Bass rod that I have that is 6'3". I will do that. I'll do that whole gear guide thing very soon. But I thought I was going to lose sensitivity, and it's more sensitive. This whole BFS game has changed fishing for me. It's gotten me excited to go fishing again. I mean, making my channel has really got me excited to go fishing again. I'll explore in all these places and be able to get to take you guys with me and hopefully catch a lot of fish. It's brought that little kid excitement out of me again, and I can't wait for the weather to clear. It has made it a lot of fun. It's just sparked that passion in me, and it's just dialed up my fishing fun factor. If you guys are interested in this reel, like I said, I'll link it in the description, the cheapest place that I found it. As far to answer the question of the title of this video, will this reel help a beginner from backlashing to eliminate it? It's never completely eliminated, obviously. It will help tremendously. If you can afford to buy this reel, in my opinion, I would do it. It has really helped me gain confidence as a beginner in bait casting. Again, just last year I started and it's taken off. It's a lot of fun for me. And you can never eliminate backlash. And I know for a beginner, this reel is a lot of money, but in my opinion, this reel, if I take care of it, it's gonna last me my lifetime. It's smooth, it's light, it's been amazing. Daiwa did a really nice job with these reels. So you can form your own opinion, you do your research, see what you think. Again, this is what I use. This is what works for me. I caught 2 of my biggest bass last year on this reel. Both were on topwater, actually. And I had no trouble, obviously, handling it. 4 years ago, they didn't label them as a BFS reel. They labeled them as their finesse reel, and it's just been phenomenal. I highly recommend it. It's just been great for me. That's my 2 cents, you guys. Thanks again so much for watching. If you liked anything you heard, let me know what you think. I know there's a lot of educated people. If you guys want to comment on what your facts are, what you know, and how the braking system works, I would love to hear what you have to say, and I'm sure other viewers would love the facts. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like what you see, you want to see more of it, please don't forget to subscribe. This has been so much fun, and I really appreciate y'all coming along with me. So have a great day, everybody, and thanks for watching.